Letting number 8607, Wilmore Park Improvements. We have 4 bids. Traymore Contracting, Inc., TRAMAR Contracting, Inc., $726,934, 726,934.00. LC LF Crump Construction, Inc., L.F. KRUPP Construction, Inc., $810,527.37, 810,527.37. Byrne and Jones Construction, BYRNE and Jones Construction, $732,807.55, 732,807.55. Gershenson Construction Company, Inc., GERSHENSON Construction Company, Inc., $686,866.82, 686,866.82. Letting number 8611, Building 42 entrance on Banshee Road, Lambert, St. Louis International Airport. We have 3 bids. Traymore Contracting, Inc., TRAMAR Contracting, Inc., $576,903, 576,903.00. Jackson Building Group, Inc., JACKSON Building Group, Inc., $406,883, 406,883.00. Gershenson Construction Company, Inc., GERSHESHANSON Construction Company, Inc., $430,220, 430,220.00. With a low bidder, please meet with Ms. Bean in the hallway. Thank you.
Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie is excused. Director Rundy.
Here.
Director Hayes is excused. Director Ross.
Here.
Director Moore. Here. Director Gray.
Here.
And President Bradley.
Here, we have a quorum. I'll call meeting order.
From the President, addendum number 1 for letting number 8612 Airport Office Building Generator at Lambert St. Louis International Airport. Agreement between Outfront Media LLC and the City of St. Louis. The agreement identifies a billboard sign structure in the vicinity of Southwest Avenue and Columbia Avenue that is to be removed and relocated to allow for the realignment of Southwest Avenue. Recommendation that the board declares as emergency action work for upgrade vehicle exhaust systems and engine house. Recommends approval. From the President, Director of Public Utilities and Streets. Joint recommendation that the following permits be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. North Euclid Development LLC for a permeable paver system to be installed in the sidewalk along West Pine Boulevard at 40 North Euclid. Paul DeHart for the release of a steam line easement controlled by St. Louis City at 3149 Harlequin Lane. Vacated easement will allow residential addition to existing home in City Block 5615. Little Precious Angels Child Care 2 LLC to encroach with wheelchair ramp at 3129 Chippewa Street. From the President and Director of Streets. Recommendation that permit for Monogram Building LLC be denied. The applicant needs to resubmit with a stamped set of engineered plans. From the Director of Public Utilities. A recommendation that a temporary site license agreement between the City of St. Louis and New Singular Wireless PCS LLC by AT&T Mobility Corporation be approved. It is to be used for specific portions of the public right-of-way and or other public places on property of at 2714 through 2718 Sheridan. From the Director of Public Utilities and Streets. Joint recommendation that the following permits be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. AT&T starting their new handhold at 5329 Columbia to bore fiber to and from multiple area and new handhold locations for a total placing of 2,446 feet. AT&T starting at an existing manhole at 5249 Columbia, bore new fiber 541 feet to new handhole at 5329 Columbia. Then from this new handhole, hand dig fiber tails 10 feet to a AT&T easement where a new pad and fiber distribution box tie wall will be placed. AT&T from existing AT&T manhole at the intersection of Hartford and Morgan Ford, bore a total of 120 feet to place new 3x5x3 handhole. From this handhole, hand dig new fibers 2 feet to new 3x3 concrete pad with new fiber distribution box. AT&T contractor to access area cable at 1401 Dodier and bore 40 feet to alley at 1401 Dodier. All work performed is to place copper service to pole at 1401 Dodier Lane. Closure will not be required. AT&T Missouri from 3x5x3 feet handhold at 4277 Hartford, brought 2 fibers to new 17x30x24 inch handhold 4275 Hartford. From handhold at 4275 Hartford, brought 2 fiber and 2 fibers to rise pole at rear of 3132 Morgan Ford. AT&T Missouri from existing AT&T manhole, bore a new 3x2x3 handhold placed in right-of-way. From this handhold, dig a total of 22 feet from right-of-way into utility easement for placement of new 4x4 pad and fiber distribution box at 8050 Morgan Ford and 8029 Morgan Ford. Southwestern Bell Telephone, doing business as AT&T Missouri, stored at existing manhole located on South Boyle at the side of 4260 Forest Park, from this manhole, bore east, turn and bore down south bore in the grass landscape area, not yet built, 3 inches off curb line. Charter Communications start construction, placing new charter manhole in street between 1010 and 1014 Locust, continuing underground construction with 36 count fiber optic cable 200 feet west on Locust to existing charter manhole at corner of 11th and Locust on the west side of 1015 Locust. Underground construction will also go 100 feet from new manhole between 1010 and 1014 Locust south toward alley alongside the east side of 1014 Locust and terminating alley. American Fibercom to place approximately 108 inches of 3 1.25-inch HD PE ducts from existing St. Louis University handhole across Chestnut to the existing City of St. Louis manhole pipe tunnels entrance. Location access will allow placement of ducts and fiber to Scott Trade Center at 1401 Clark. Recommendation that permit for Missouri Network Utility Transport LLC to install utility poles and fiber optic cable at various locations be denied. The street department objects to the issuance of a single permit for multiple jobs being proposed. A separate telecommunication permit application must be submitted for each job location. Applicant should contact the Communications Division to apply for the permits. From the Director of Public Utilities and Public Safety, joint recommendation that the following permits be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. Angie Robertson to consolidate land at 2847 and 2849 Lafayette in City Block 2131. MLM Homes LLC to consolidate land at 6654 Mitchell in City Block 4614. Leslie Nielsen to consolidate land at 1913 and 1915 Sydney in City Block 1407. Ward and Park Inc. to subdivide land at 2316 through Ward and Park to consolidate to subdivide land at 2316 through 2318 Louisiana in City Block 1436. St. Louis Marketplace to subdivide land at 6500 through 6648 Manchester in City Block 9095. St. Louis County Catholic Church Real Estate to re-subdivide land at 3522 Utah, 3322 South Grand, 3521, 3523, 3527, and 3529 through 41 McKean in City Block 1495. From the Director of Streets, an affidavit of Washington University, which provides for the conditional vacation of public air surface and subsurface rights for an irregular portion of Children's Place west of Taylor in the City of St. Louis, and an affidavit for Barnes Jewish Hospital and the Washington University relating to the compliance with Section 6, Ordinance 70228, dated April 15, 2016, vacation of public air rights over part of Children's Place west of Taylor, and Section 6 of Ordinance 70229, dated April 15, 2016, vacation of public air rights over part of Taylor south of Children's, and Section 10 of Ordinance 70230, dated April 15, 2016, vacation. Recommendation that the board approves the City of St. Louis traffic calming policy and that it be amended. Recommendation that the following permits be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. Twisted Ranch to encroach with Sidewalk Cafe, 10 tables and 20 chairs utilizing 150 square feet at 1730 South 8th Street. And Center Crush to encroach with Sidewalk Cafe, 3 tables and 12 chairs utilizing 72 square feet at 1730 Olive. Lang Stedman Company to encroach with construction equipment to demolition as old conveyor and replace it with new equipment at the levee and bike hiking trail in the 3900 block of North Wharf Street. From the Director of Parks, Recreation, and Forestry. Recommendation that permit for Lafayette Park Conservation to replace the existing 4-foot wide asphalt walk that is up against the current pavilion on the north side of the building with concrete sidewalk and extending this new concrete sidewalk around the west end of the building and around the air conditioning equipment cages. Recommends approval. From the Director of Public Safety, recommendation that permit be granted to Carr Square for a festival zone September 4th, 2016 at Loretta Hall Park, the entire park, and Carr Square from the 15th to 16th, in Shelby Place between Carr and Cole Streets. Now we have the conditional uses.
Good afternoon. Dylan Mosier, Zoning Plan Examiner for the City of St. Louis, representing the Building Commissioner. Per Board Order Number 766, transmitted here with our recommendations for the following conditional use agenda applications. Approval with conditions is recommended for 3 applications, 5600 Hampton, 5407 Riverview, and 6041 Hampton. I request that these recommendations be approved as submitted.
Any questions from the board on the conditional uses? Seeing none, I'll take a motion, please.
Move to approve as recommended.
Second.
Moved and seconded for approval. Can you call the roll, please?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Approved. I ask you to consider our meeting minutes from last Tuesday, June 7th. Are there any additions, corrections, questions, or comments on the minutes as presented? Seeing none, I'll take a motion, please.
Move to approve the minutes. Second.
Moved and seconded for approval. Can you call the roll, please?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Aye. Approved. Today's agenda, are there any questions or comments on the agenda? Seeing none, I'll take a motion, please.
Move. Second.
Moved and seconded to accept the agenda. Can you call the roll, please?
Aye.
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 Aye. The agenda is approved. Motion for adjournment, please.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned.